Good morning. I'm heading out to go to church in a few minutes, so this is going to have to be sort of a short video, and I might not even be able to upload it until I get back from church. I don't know. Am I running out of time? Yeah, sort of, kind of like. So I wanted to respond on this issue of how many books I read. I mean, I set a really high goal for books this year, 104. And last year I did the same thing. It's basically 2 books a week. And uh, yeah, I did actually read 108 books last year, but I have to admit one of them was a picture book and it only took me 15 minutes to read it. And 2 of them were sermons by Jonathan Edwards that I found actually on YouTube and listened to them, but they were counted as books on Goodreads, so I counted them as part of my 108 books that I read last year. So why all this interest in the number of books? That is kind of what I'm trying to get to right here. So when I first started BookTube back in 2014, and it lapsed, so I started again in 2016. Well, my thought was that I wasn't reading enough books. I was not reading enough books. So I wanted to read more, and I just wanted to have the encouragement of being on BookTube to get me to be reading more. So actually that has worked really well. I started out reading just a couple books a month, and now I'm trying for 8 books a month. And why? Well, when I first walked into a library when I was a child, I was amazed, and I realized that there were so many books in the world I would never be able to read them all. And that was such a source of sadness to me. And I loved the library ever since. I really wanted to read all the books, but then, okay, in 2017, which was 5 years ago, I was 65 years old, and my mother passed away in February. I think it was on the 9th of February, and her birthday, if she had made it to her birthday on the 25th of February, she would have been 86. So she died like within a month before her 86th birthday. And then I thought about her mother, my grandmother, Hazel Willis. She passed away also exactly 1 month, within 1 month of her 86th birthday. And that got me to thinking, what if I do the same thing? What if I pass away when I'm 85, almost 86? If I should be so lucky to live that long. And I realized that me being 65 at the time, yeah, that gives me 20 years left of life. What do I want to do with it? And I wanted to read books. So I have increased the number of books that I've read. It's not because I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses or keep up with the other booktubers or keep up with anybody. Actually, it's just me. I'm trying to increase the number of books I read because I've always been curious, especially about the classics, what's in them. So I'm trying this year to read a lot of classics. But at the same time, I also read books that are fluff. Okay, they're fluff. Like the Christian fiction books. They're fun. They're fast to read. I can get an audio book and finish it in 2 days. If I want to read 8 books a month, I'm going to include a few Christian fiction because I know they're going to be very fast reads. I will be happy with them. Usually, there's been a few that I haven't been happy with. But for the most part, it's a fast read. It gets me to my number. I'm trying for 104 books this year. And, you know, it has nothing to do with anybody else on BookTube. It's just me. I've always wanted to challenge myself. Even before I was doing BookTube, I was doing that Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, and I was not reaching my goal of 50 books a year. And that really bothered me. So I would say 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019, I could not reach the goal of 50 books a year, with the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge. And then finally I made it. And then the next year I decided I didn't want to do the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge because, quite frankly, they were asking too many prompts I did not like. So I switched over to the Christian Reading Challenge, the VT, Visual Theology Christian Reading Challenge, and that the top goal for that one was 104 books, and that's how I came to 104 books last year. And I thought, well, I did it last year. I actually read 108. And then this year, I'm just going to have the same goal. And it is 2 books a week, and it is fast reading. I'm pretty happy with what I'm doing. I think I reached my goal as a booktuber of reading a lot of books every year, every month. And it's just important to me because I've never been able to take time in my life to read books before. I've been busy working or been busy with my children, and men that were in my life took up a lot of time too. But right now I don't have any of those distractions, and I'm just reading. So like if you're working, if you have a family, especially a family living with you, and a husband, you've got other things to do. I get it. You're not going to read as many books as me, perhaps, but whatever's right for you. And this is my time of year, my time of my life to read a lot, and I'm excited to be doing it. Don't think bad of me just because I talk about how many books I read in a month, how many books I'm reading in a year. It's just, that's what I'm doing with my life right now. And like, live and let live, to each his own, and have a great Sunday, because today is Sunday, the perfect day for worshiping the Lord. Of course, I do hope that everyone worships him like 7 days a week, because he's so exciting and he does so much for us. Thank you for listening to my video. Talk to you in another one.